Good morning, class. I'm in the big read today. I'm on page 170. It's the story just after the spider story. Okay? It's Ananasi and the birds. Now, this is a famous spider here. There's been many stories written about him. There was one where he was inside of a pumpkin and he was talking. An elephant heard him talking and took him to the king, and the king thought that the elephant was crazy because, of course, Ananasi wouldn't talk when he got in front of the king, something like that. Well, here's another story about Ananasi. It's the trickster tale. Ananasi and the birds. Ananasi always welcomed a challenge. His attempts to fool merchants out of their riches and lions from their jungle thrones made for an exciting adventure. Today, he would show those haughty, which means like arrogant, or birds who thought they were more important than him, birds that he could fly with the best of them. He begged a feather from every bird he could find to create his own pair of wings, and then he began to practice flying. Now, check him out here. 8 legs, 8 eyes, and looks like 10 feathers from birds on him. Ananasi's wings camouflaged him well, and he looked just like a bird. Hoot! The old owl chided under the moon. A spider is not meant for the sky. Why do you try to be something that you are not? Mind your own business, owl, Ananasi replied angrily. You are a predator, so go hunt some mice. Ananasi followed the birds to their feast on the top of a mountain peak. He helped himself to their fare, which means what they had caught to eat, shoving birds aside to get his fill. When he was full, he fell into a deep sleep. Angrily, the birds took back the feathers from their wings and then left, all except for one crow. When Ananasi awoke, he realized what had happened and begged the crow to help him down the mountain. Of course, the crow replied, slyly, as he shoved Ananasi over the cliff. Okay, so now this is not nonfiction. This is a fiction story. So you got this spider. He used all these birds' feathers, flew up way, way high on top of a mountain. They took their feathers back, and now he can't get back down. Of course, that's going, shouted Ananasi. Unable to fly, he tumbled helplessly through the air. The old owl appeared before him, asking, Why didn't you listen, Ananasi? You are not a bird. Please help me, owl, pleaded Ananasi. The owl urged Ananasi, push in your belly. When he did, thread of silk shot out behind him. The owl caught them and tied them to a high branch dangling by threads. Ananasi realized the owl was right. From that day on, he stuck to spinning webs instead of trying to do something he was not. I think that's a great reminder for us. You know, sometimes we get in this silly trap of thinking, oh, well, maybe it would be better if I was, well, smart like my older sister. My older sister was so incredibly intelligent. She never had to study, and she got all A's. She was on the National Honor Society. She got a scholarship to go to college. And guess what? I was not my older sister. I had to work really, really hard, and I didn't get all A's. In fact, I got some B's and some C's on my report card, and that's who I was. But I learned how to work hard to get my education. I could be like one of my friends who was an amazing hockey player. Yeah, in the town that I grew up, we had a lot of hockey. And boy, I could not skate. And I always wanted to be like him. He was a great, great hockey player. But guess what? I wasn't him. God created each and every one of us unique. So you might not be the fastest at your math, or the best reader, or the best athlete, or the best musician compared to some of your friends or your brothers or sisters, but God doesn't want us to compare. God made you special. And sometimes when we're trying, like Ananasi, to be like other people, well, then we're not doing a good job just being who we are, and that's special in God's sight. So take whatever talents and ability God has given you and use them to just be you. Does that mean your life's going to be super, super easy? No, I had to study my brains off just to graduate college, but I did it. And I didn't do it being anybody else, just me. You be you, and let everybody else be everybody else. This is just a little encouragement from the story of Ananasi and the birds. All right. For your assignment today, you can check out your package. We got our Unit 2, Week 4, excuse me, Unit 2, Week 4 spiders. We're going to take care of all 4 objectives in our assignment today. You got the main idea and key details, and then on the back side you got your prefixes, your genre, your essential question, and then your vocabulary. And today you have to do all of it. Second quarter, we're stepping up our game a little bit. I'd like to help you with the main idea and the key details on the back. Notice we're going to do it just from certain sections of the book, and notice each one is just one spider. So let's take a look at section page 154 first. It's this green spider here. It's called the green lynx spider. What's the main idea and 2 details about this one? A spider's body has 2 main parts. The back part is called the abdomen. This contains the heart, which pumps the pale blue blood, yes blue, and the spinnerets, which make silk. The front of the heart, the front or head part, is called the cephalothorax. It has this. Boy, I think the main idea is that a spider has 2 main body parts. Excuse me. Now, all of my answers I'm taking right from the book. I put my own words in this one. This one says a spider's body has 2 main parts. I wrote a spider has 2 main body parts. Pretty close. Now, here's some details. The back part has, notice I didn't call it there, has the heart, comma, maybe I get rid of the comma and just have and the spinnerets. I thought there was 3 things, just 2. Spinnerets, the heart and the spinnerets. Then I'm going to have the front. Now I'm going to call it the head part. The head part has the, and now I'm going to quick front part or the head part. It has the spider's legs, eyes, fangs, brain, stomach, and 2 arms. Has the legs. That's crazy that all the legs are connected to the front part. Legs. Eyes, 8 of them. Fangs. Brains. Stomach. And 2 arms. Now, if you're having a hard time reading mine, no big deal. Here it is, right here in your book. Boy, this one is main idea and key details is pretty easy. I'll do one more. Page 156, the Black Widow. Spiders eat an unusual way. They don't chew and swallow food like you do. They drink it. I think that's the main idea. Spiders eat in unusual ways. Now remember, that's one of our prefixes. Un, meaning not usual, not like normal people with a fork and knife and good manners, right? Now let's go ahead and tell it. I think the first way, without even reading it, is they're going to inject it with poison to make it like soup. And the second one's going to be they slurp and suck the soup up. So go ahead and read that one there, and then those are your 2 details here. And page 60, 160, and 167 are your last 2. You're on your own. Okay? Pause the video. Go ahead and tackle that. Oh, while you're here, make sure you get your name on it. And today would be, I believe, November 5th. November already. This year is flying. Okay, now the back side. We had 2 different prefixes. One, unusual, hint, hint, hint. I just gave you the meaning for that one. And this one is recycle, which I think you know already. There's the page numbers where you can find it. All right, what makes this expository text? I'm going to help you with this one. Sorry, this is expository text because it is full of facts. Boom. Maybe I should put facts about spiders. But I want to fit all the second one in there. It also has helpful pictures and captions on every page. I really like how they organize this. You know, if you become a writer someday, check it out. They got the paragraph that talks about it, and then they got this big old picture, and then they got the caption. Every single one is like that. Here's the paragraph, here's the picture, and then here's the caption. Okay? All right. So our essential question this week was, how have spiders adapted to survive? Now you could pick one or two spiders and you could tell how they adapted. Maybe you want to talk about ones that they spin lots of webs. Maybe you could talk about ones that have the senses on their feet so they can feel things coming or taste even things. Maybe you want to talk about how they recycle some of their webs. Anything from the story about how they adapted. And then down at the bottom, your vocabulary words. Pick any three. Remember, the vocabulary words are always highlighted for you. So there's dribbles and poisonous. If you reread those, you can get the definition for those and use the context clues to help you. All right, guys, all parts now, doing it all. God bless your day.